crusade.
All right, welcome to the BD Boys podcast. Dun-a-nut. Have a special guest with us today, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is he one of my best friends, he is a real estate extraordinaire, stock market guru, and jack of many trades, master of none, Andrew Albert.
Absolutely the master.
I would say you're pretty fair at all.
Goodness.
Andrew, thanks for coming on the podcast.
For having me.
Dude.
Good to be here at BD Ford.
You know, we got a little sponsor in the background right here. This is Swinging Pete.
Little Pistol Pete action.
We're celebrating our 12th national championship this week.
Man, what a win, especially coming off the last couple years. They were kind of down in the dumps, and we have risen to greatness.
Hey, you know, we've been Pokes for a long time. And when we get something like that, we're going to gloat in it a little bit.
We are. Coming off that football season, we needed something like that. And what a week for Oklahoma sports last week.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, the Thunder, the Cowboys golf. Hated to see OU get beat out.
I kind of like watching OU softball. I'm not going to lie.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty stinking good.
There's something else that happened last week in Oklahoma sports. Oh, OSU baseball walk off in the ninth.
OSU baseball,
Georgia. I don't know what happened after that.
And we had a lot of rain. It's been a good week in Oklahoma.
As long as it doesn't rain out this weekend, we're good.
No, speaking of this weekend, this is kind of the Super Bowl.
It is here in Elk City, the Super Bowl, the oil and gas.
The oil and gas is the Super Bowl of our golf season.
Oh, it's so much fun.
City.
The chamber and the golf course and everybody does such a good job. It's literally two of the best days of the year.
Yeah, and there's two, and what I love about it, there's two, very average teams that team up every year.
Oh, yeah.
Team Moxie and Team Barbara Dyson.
Been on the same box for a lot of years now, and just kind of beat up on each other more than anything.
That's right. A lot of trash talking.
Yeah.
A lot of things are solved.
A lot of problems solved. And, of course. A lot of juice helping us solve those problems, and it's just a good time and really looking forward to it. Just hope we don't get rained out. Appreciate the rain. We all pray for it, but
absolutely.
If it could just take a 48-hour pause, that'd be great.
No, that'd be fine. It'll soak in. Hey, so predictions on the finals. What's your predictions? Did the Thunder take it? How many games?
Okay.
Kind of give me a rundown.
I think we sweep in Oklahoma City, and I think we drop one in Indiana, and then we win the finals back in Oklahoma City, Game 5. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are we going to go to the parade?
Yeah, I was talking to a buddy in Oklahoma City about this. Do we have a street long enough for a parade in Oklahoma City?
Only thing I can think of is Broadway.
Maybe really yeah, we're going to definitely go to the parade. But if we were playing the Knicks, I'd say we'd sweep in 4. I think the Pacers will be tough. I think they'll win 1 in Indiana, and I think we'll win back in Oklahoma City.
Dude, and that's the thing, and I hope we do, because it'd be just absolutely, it's already huge for the state of Oklahoma that we're in the finals again, because last time was 2012?
Yeah.
Which I think we were 4 years into having a team, and so that was kind of
4 years in, and I think we were up in that series 3-1.
Oh yeah,
to Golden State, and lost the next 3 to lose in 7.
Well, wait, the finals though, we would have been playing Cleveland.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Miami.
Yeah, was when.
Yeah, we got beat that either the year before or the following year. We were up 3-1 and got beat in the Western Conference Finals to the Nuggets or to the Warriors.
But we're back.
And I mean, you hate to get overconfident, but this team's pretty special, and I think they probably bring it home.
Oh yeah. So speaking of bringing it home, let's bring it home to Western Oklahoma.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it,
man. I mean, okay. When I was saying, you're in real estate,
mm-hmm.
I don't see what's happening in the market around town. Kind of give a rundown, because I don't know.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. So we'll just kind of unpack the last few years. So coming out of COVID, we had a short supply of inventory here in Western Oklahoma. We had people kind of flooding in here from California, from Colorado. Interest rates were still relatively low in like 21 and 22. And our real estate just really got out of control from a price standpoint. Well, fast forward here to 2025, interest rates, the Fed had to raise interest rates to combat inflation, and they've stayed elevated. Well, we've got about 30 to 35% more inventory than we had even a year ago on the market. Buyers are kind of stuck because They are in their home at a super cheap rate from, the last 10 years. And so the supplies had a chance to catch up to demand. Starting to see pricing kind of pull back. Real estate's still moving, but it has to be priced correctly. The days of overpricing the house and a quick sell, I think, is over. It has to, homes have to be priced kind of at their market value to move, and that's just the reality. And we've got about 6.5 months of inventory on the market, which is trending towards a buyer's market. So it's finally good for the buyer. Still good for the seller, just not as good as it was coming out of COVID. But hey, we just roll with it.
Hey, and we're in the same.
We're
in the same way as car industry. I mean, you think about, when rates are so low,
Mhm.
I mean, it made buying a car pretty stinking easy when you're paying 1.9%, 1.74.
Everything worked.
Everything worked. We had COVID, interest rates, same thing, went up. Car prices went up. Trade-in prices were astronomical.
Yeah.
So that's all leveled out. I read a thing earlier on a guy I follow on Twitter, and it said the used car market is at its year high right now.
Mhm.
So we're seeing interest rates dip down a little bit, but they're still, we're still seeing in the fives.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah, and I don't see any help from. I don't know how the Fed affects the car interest rates as much. Is that more regulated by the dealers, or is that
No, it's Fed.
it moves with the Fed rate and everything?
Yeah, the only thing with the dealers is like Ford Credit when you're buying new,
Yeah.
they have Savine rates and specials.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: a lot of times they know how to adjust that as far as like your payment may be about the same as it's going to be because you lose rebates.
Right.
Right now is not the case.
Yeah.
Because you get all the rebates plus a little financing on certain vehicles.
There you go.
Plus employer pricing.
What a deal! That's the BD difference.
That's the BD. And on top of that, we just had a little. I like to call it little bitty hail.
Tell me about that. We've got Corbin and I have a story from, was that 2020?
Yeah.
A dealership likes a little bit of hell every once in a while because they can pass some savings along and really get some stuff moving. And he and I were sitting in his garage and this storm was coming, and he goes, I wouldn't mind a little bit of hail. When the next thing you know, we have tennis ball size hail falling from the sky, and his face, Corbin's face, just completely just went white. And we drove after it passed. We drove out here to the dealership, and I think we stopped counting at like 45 windshields that were cracked, busted. So
it was
terrible. Tell me a little bit about the hail sale.
You remember when we pulled up that night and Theodore Teddy Glass was already out here. He said, "Well, I'll start getting some windshields ordered for you boys in the morning."
You made his month for sure. That was some big hail. And
big hail. This is not like that.
No, tell me a little bit about that and what you guys are able to offer.
Well, so we ran them all through. Ford owns an insurance company called American Road, and they're phenomenal. Like a lot of insurance companies, they raise their deductible, which, it happens with time. So we ran them all through. She left this morning. All this hail that we have is just paintless dent repair. So Neil Coy's brother, Ezra Coy, always comes out and helps us out, does a phenomenal job. So he's already running them through. He's probably already fixed about 12 vehicles. I mean, they're fast. I mean, it's a bunch, it's some on the hood.
Not even noticeable.
Oh, no, not. I mean, there's some vehicles that, we'll have customers come in and say, "Hey, well, what's the deduction on there?" And we'll say, "I don't know, $2,000, $3,000. And they'll say, "Well, don't fix it. Just give me the discount."
And you guys are able to pass along some of the savings and
And that's the goal, moving inventory, right?
Yeah.
Moving inventory in the housing market. I mean,
unfortunately, hail doesn't do us any good in the housing industry and real estate, whether you're an investor, a homeowner, or a broker or brokerage in real estate. It's no good.
No, it's no good. But hey, sorry about your industry, but this this is going to be big.
Love it.
In employer pricing, which is essentially it's cheaper than what we can buy it as a dealer on D plan. It's about $500 cheaper, but what we own the vehicle for anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 below cost.
Wow.
So you get that employer pricing all the way to July 7th. You get the hail discount for as long as we have the vehicles. So it's a good time to buy.
You almost sound like a car salesman.
Dude, I'm a utility man, But yeah, I will sell. I will sell you.
Well, hopefully it's a good spring. I mean, it's probably been for weather-wise, it has probably been the most enjoyable spring I can remember. We haven't had the 40, 50 mile an hour winds. We've had a lot of moisture. The temperature, I mean, it's June and it's like 70 outside.
Yeah.
Might have to sneak off to the golf course today.
You know, there could be a little pre-Super Bowl oil and gas round today.
Got to do a little tune-up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You ordered your kilt yet?
No, because I'm not gonna need it.
I think you may need a kilt this year.
I'm not gonna need the kilt.
That would be
So,
glorious.
It'd be pretty funny.
We can overnight it.
We've got a bet, you know, if he beats me this year in golf, I've got to wear a kilt to next year's oil and gas, and vice versa. If he doesn't beat me, he has to wear a kilt. So, we've already located a bagpipe player from Oklahoma City. He'll be out here playing for Corvin next year as he hits a shot.
Can he make it that soon? Like if I beat you today, can he make it that soon?
I got to get some muscle on these legs before I get in the kill. Those
Muscle and sun.
the Lebanese don't have the legs like the Germans.
Gosh dang it. Oh yeah. No,
Or was it the Irish?
yeah, I don't know. Tomato. Bagpipe players are bagpipe players.
Yeah.
So rotating into real estate, you and I've talked back and forth, and we're in an investment club together. Stock market. I've always leaned on you just because you catch it. I know.
That's why nobody money left.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. What's kind of trending? Like why?
Yeah. So the last couple months have been crazy. The Trump announced all the tariffs. It's probably been like 45 to 60 days ago. I might be off a couple days, and the market just really tanked. I mean, pulled back anywhere from I think 10 to 20% in some stocks, and since then it's just absolutely all that sell off has been bought back, and equities are back towards all-time highs. So the last couple months have been crazy good if you had an opportunity to buy in. Man, looking to the back half of the year, I don't think it's over. I think you're going to probably have another pullback. There's the tariff thing that's not over.
Right.
You've got some real estate issues coming down the pipeline with foreclosures. Eventually, there's going to be a catalyst that probably creates some sort of buying opportunity. So, if you're sitting on cash right now, I probably don't get in the market. I probably wait for a 10-15% pullback on some good quality stocks. If you're in the market, it's a tough decision. Do you ride it out and gamble, or do you take some profit and wait? But I think that it's been that just kind of like that COVID sell-off, the tariff sell-off was just over-exaggerated, created buying opportunities. And now at this point in June, I'd probably hold off and wait and see what happens in the back half of the year. But, the market's fun. It's
Fun.
It's a blast. I probably follow it more than I should, but it's a good time, and I'm probably sitting on some cash right now.
My problem is I've always rode it too long. Just I have to ride that horse. Hey, come on, till I get bucked off.
Nobody ever went broke taking a profit.
I know. Dadgummit. A guy told me that all the time.
I'm so hypocritical though. I have trouble selling stocks too when I buy them. So, but it's a good time, and it's a good time. Man, I think it's a good time just overall. Golly, it's nice to get through that whole COVID piece, and I think that there's some things happening that'll long term will be positive for our country, and man, we're blessed to live here.
Yeah.
Even in the bad times, or when we think that we're having bad times, there's no better place to live. Western Oklahoma in general.
Yeah.
There's no better place to live, and it's a good place.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about in recent podcasts. We had Jay White in here last time, and your buddy Quentin Nichols. And we were serious. We were talking about it's just such an easy way of living out here.
Yep.
We think we do get stressed. We do get. I mean, life's fast, but not like other places.
No, you have the ability to breathe.
Oh my gosh.
In Oklahoma, Western Oklahoma specifically, you have the ability to breathe. There's opportunities to make money.
Yeah.
You don't have all of the bells and whistles that a major, a New York City has, but man, about 2 days in a city like that, and I'm done. So
we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out in September. I promise you, by the end of about 3 or 4 days, I'll be ready to get back to the plains. But no, we're also fortunate to live in this great state, and this country, and especially with a little bit of rain.
Oh yeah.
It makes it pretty nice.
Well, and that's like people are hiring around Western Oklahoma right now too. I know in the oil and gas industry. I mean, I talk to guys every day just like you do, and I mean, people are hiring hands and hiring office staff and people like that. So that's a good trend to see.
Yeah,
because we hadn't seen that in a while.
No, we need the price of oil to creep up a little bit, but I think that West Texas area, the Midland, Odessa. Area is just really keeping things busy, and then just north of town here, Mewborn and what Devon's drilling, and there's a few other boutique drillers that, and there's a lot of rigs, and I think the rig count's down a little bit from what it was a few months ago, but yeah, it's just a good time and busy, and the weather. If the weather was always like this, we couldn't afford to live here.
No, you're right. But hey, you know what they say: if you don't like the weather in Oklahoma, just stay to the next day.
You could have a 50, 60 degree swing. So
yeah. What about Albert Brothers?
Albert Brothers we're rocking. It's been busy. It's been a busy year with the transition from Hutch's to Circle K and everything. Been privileged enough to kind of stay in those stores, and it's been good. I was actually looking, our oil and gas, we do safety supplies. Our oil and gas sales are a little bit down over last year, but overall our business is up. Things are moving along, and man, I'm blessed with some great employees and a good team, and it's our 86th year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my grandpa started it in 1939. My dad came back in the 80s, and I came back in 2012. And so I think we are the oldest. I think we're the oldest business in
You gotta be.
City.
You gotta be.
Yeah, it's been.
We're rolling on. Let's see. We're rolling on 31.
That's it, and that's a hell of a stretch.
Yeah. I mean, just like you, blessed to see it.
See if I can hit 100. I need to get back in the gym if we're gonna do that.
I'm trying to think real quick, dude. You got 100 in you. Sure. You'll be when y'all celebrate your 100th anniversary, you'll be getting one out of high school probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the old dad, but been blessed with a baby girl, and she's awesome and great wife, and yeah, we're having a blast. Raising babies is the best.
Raising babies.
I thought I had fun before, which I did have fun. Yeah, sometimes probably too much, but no, having a family and everything's way outnumbers and over supersedes what life before. So
sure,
it's been a blast. But no, everything's good in our world, man. Just rocking and rolling, and golly, time's flying by.
Yeah, that's it. We were talking about anniversaries, so we got. Let's see, it's July. I told Corbin yesterday, I told Perky yesterday, July 8th, we'll celebrate our 31st anniversary. But, I mean, you say, why are you celebrating 31? We're celebrating it because it's our 8th President's Award. So, yeah.
Man, that's saying something. Are you going to do the whole shindig out here?
We got the big brass from Ford coming out. So all our big people from Dallas are coming out. The Ford President's Award, a lot of people see, that's the award, they just got to fight. But there's only like one or two dealers, maybe three some years in the state that win that award, and we've won it 8 times, and it's a testament to our customers because it's all about customer satisfaction.
For sure.
And in this industry,
you guys are probably one of the most customer centric companies out here. I mean, anytime I need an oil change or need something done, you can get Quint there with a vehicle pretty quickly.
Oh, baby. We just got to keep them down.
You guys deserve, very, very deserving of that award. And I wonder if we could just keep the bagpipes and kilt out here for that. And we could have some bagpipes to commemorate.
I mean, we may, but you're going to be the one. I don't know, that kit's going to be a little too small for me.
I'm not going to be the one wearing it, but
oh my God.
No, that's awesome. So when is that again?
It's July 8th. We're going to do it from 11 to 1. We're going to have food.
Barbecue.
Do some barbecue, some dessert.
Very good.
And just, man, it's always a big time. We nixed we used to have the bouncy house. I don't know if you remember when Mia was little. She broke her leg.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So we nixed that a long time ago.
Insurance company probably said, hey, your general liability doesn't cover bouncy house.
I was just dying with my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's bad to say.
No, somebody would have had a brand new truck.
What'd you do on your anniversary? We gave away a pickup truck.
Gave away a pickup truck 'cause
Yeah.
my kid broke his leg. Yeah, no, that'll be so much fun, and that's always a good time. And congratulations on
Hey,
the 8th. Is it 8th in a row or 8th overall?
no, 8th overall. I mean, that's 8 in 30 years. I mean, that's how hard it is.
That is crazy.
It's a tough deal. And there's some other stuff that Ford sets parameters for. We've won. I can't remember what it's called. Jason and I had the privilege of going down to. I call it Trump Island.
Yeah.
Down there in Mar-a-Lago, right after COVID, and celebrated this. It's it's like some diamond award, and we're striving to get that again. It's a big deal. And that's pretty cool. But the President's Award's huge.
Well, 8 times in 31 years, 25% of the time, you've won every time.
That's right. You know what they say.
25% of the time, if my math's right, I think it is.
We use calculator.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
ChatGPT.
Yes, yes. I've been living on that here lately.
It's a powerful tool, but no, that's awesome. Really
Yeah.
proud of you guys. So
Appreciate it. No, and big things happening in Western Oklahoma this summer. I think we're going to have a good summer. Hopefully we continue to get rain.
the putt course.
Oh, dude. Yes. Have you been out there?
I know, but one of my employees went last week and said it was amazing. So
Hey, I'm going to tell you, it's amazing. I'll tell you, I mean, I've told you a couple times what's more amazing. So you got the public course, you got the aquatic center, the
Arrowhead, softball, baseball.
Dude, the softball, baseball, that's what I was going to talk about. And we've talked about this in the podcast. It is amazing. If you're a business owner in Oak City, Oklahoma, especially in retail, and you want to go out and do some PR, just go hop back and forth from the softball to baseball field. You'll find everybody in Western Oklahoma.
Rob Bruner was in Albert Brothers this morning, and we were lucky enough to do the concession for through Rob for baseball and softball, and he told me they're running 1,900 to 2,400 people through there a night, and I might even be low. I know it was well above 2,000 people a night through those facilities, which is crazy.
It's unbelievable. And you ought to see, you're talking about concessions, and you get an opportunity to supply that. You ought to see the daggone lines. Because I'm one of those guys.
Come on, we need more concession stands.
Hey, we always got to take some cash out there. We got the pops. We got
now, and Rob was saying now you got Dippin' Dot.
We got Dippin' Dots. We dipped into those Dippin' Dots last weekend at the T-ball tournament.
What a deal!
But no, we're blessed. I mean, you talk about Western Oklahoma. I mean, I didn't know this. So Canadian Texas has a coach pitch or T-ball team. I think coach pitch that travels down here.
That's crazy.
I mean, we're pulling from such a good way.
They're maxed out.
Yeah, and that's league play.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it's
yeah, there was a lot. And I remember I did not have any skin in the game, so I really didn't care. But I remember when they were talking about switching from grass to turf.
Yep.
50-50 people were like, "Oh, it's going to take away from the integrity of the game." 50% like it's going to be great. I think it's been overall a super positive thing for the city and probably a really good spend.
Well,
it sounded really expensive at the time, but the amount of sales tax that's being generated off those fields,
everybody's following us now.
Yeah,
but they're behind.
Yeah,
it's
so crazy.
And you've had the opportunity. I was thinking about this earlier. You've had the opportunity to lead a couple bond projects with the school system and seeing those come to fruition and what they're doing today for our schools.
Yeah, the elementary school was a game changer.
Oh.
We had fallen behind on facilities and getting that bond passed, and then the city stepping up, and I think it was like a $14 million bond, and I think the city pitched in $13 million of sales tax, which people don't realize. Most of the time, cities don't chip in and help the schools. It's usually all ad valorem. It's all bond issue. Our sales tax is amazing, and our city's over the top generous. And getting that elementary school, getting that thing built was huge for the town, and I think it's allowed us to grow. And
it changed our trajectory. I mean, we were behind and
falling behind.
Yeah, falling behind in testament to
everybody that was in charge of that.
Yeah,
from the superintendent to the teachers, everybody was involved, and man, they built a heck of a facility.
Garrison was in there. Mr. Garrison was in there. Mr. Sparks has done an incredible job.
What a blessing he is.
Oh,
he's great for the town and great for the school system. And I just think that there's Elk City's. We should be bullish. I think that there's a lot of great things happening, and I think there's going to be more to come. And we've kind of become the hub for Western Oklahoma from a retail standpoint.
That's right.
I think our sales taxes hovering anywhere from like 1.25 to maybe $1.35 million a month, and I think you'd be hard felt to find another town our size generating that kind of sales tax.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
And the amenities. I mean, we're out at the golf course quite a bit, but that golf course is
Busy.
and it's nice.
It's
Clubhouse
busy
is
and
phenomenal.
nice.
The course is great.
Course is great. Rain helps. That place is going to be, it's going to be busy this summer, which is it's a blessing. So
Yeah.
and I just think that from a trajectory standpoint, we're on our way up.
Yeah. We're definitely trending up
Trending
and
up.
and back.
Yeah, and I mean those, like you said, those projects they've done the CAPS project projects they've done in the last 7-8 years have just been unbelievable. And gosh, I don't know what's next, but
Hey, bring it on.
something's on the horizon, I'm sure. But no, man, and I appreciate you having me on here today.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you having it. And so I knew the conversation would flow
Like the Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande.
I don't like our friendship.
Yeah. So, man, I appreciate you. And hey, that's another BD Boys podcast. But I want to close it out with a little song for you. We were talking about songs before we started this podcast, and you're asking, did y'all have a song?
Man, you guys need a jingle.
We had a jingle. So back in the 90s, I can't remember what ladies put it together, but I don't want to mess this up. It was something, experience the difference. Barbara Dyson Ford is where you save.
Experience the difference, Barbara Dyson Ford's where you save.